In some circles, the rule has become accepted in a negative sense, such as this. Maybe you've heard this one before. Don't do anything to other people that you wouldn't want done to you. Now, there's nothing wrong with a negative version of the golden rule, but it demands far less of us than Jesus' version of the same. Its negative mutation of the golden rule is simply just common sense. It's simply self-preservation. There's nothing particularly Christian about the idea. For example, I won't steal from my neighbor in hopes that he won't steal from me. That's not a positive, but a negative positive. The negative version doesn't urge to offer us anything to our neighbor who might be helped by something we have. It's one thing to say, I won't injure others because I would object to them injuring me. It's quite another thing to say, I'll go out of my way to help other people as I would want them to do for me. You see the difference? The golden rule, as taught by Jesus, is not an avoidance. It's a deliberate involvement principle. In other settings, the golden rule has undergone this cynical transformation. Do unto others before they do unto you. That grotesque distortion of the ethic encouraged by Jesus. Instead of being the golden rule, it becomes the gold rule. I'll look out for number one. I'm going to get mine while I can get it. This attitude is often coupled with a cynical observation that there is corruption everywhere. And so I might as well look out for myself because no one else is going to look out for me. But unfortunately, there is some truth to the observation that corruption is widespread and that many people who are supposed to be working for the public good are really out there looking out for number one. That's not true everywhere, but even if it were, it does not excuse those of us who try to follow the Jesus way. Even where sin is rampant, God still calls us to be holy. Some people view Jesus' golden rule teaching, including such advice such as turning the other cheek. Some people say, that's weak. That's too weak to take seriously. This belief may be one reason that Christianity is in such a crisis today. Because when we quote Jesus, turn the other cheek, it may lead to others compartmentalizing us as liberal thinkers. And when we are just literally quoting Jesus Christ. Others may think that doesn't work anymore. It's weak. But when we get to the point where the teachings of Jesus himself are seen as subversive to us, guess who's in crisis? We are. Living the golden rule isn't always easy. There's a number of settings where the term liberal talking points reveals a divisiveness that's ripping the cloth of Christianity. But fortunately, in many places, the golden rule has also gone into some people's hearts and lives. Many people in the movements for civil, social, and economic justice have a deep desire to treat other people the way they'd like to be treated. And if their roles were reversed, so the golden rule continues to inform people who take Jesus' words and life seriously. And even beyond social justice actions, a place where we need the golden rule is in those seemingly minute matters that determine the quality of our lives and the integrity of our existence. Few of us confront things on a daily basis like murder and political corruption, nuclear responsibilities. We do, however, continually face ethical questions. Shall I keep my word? Can I honor my commitments? We should hear something else Jesus said in today's passage too. Jesus said, if you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. In other words, Jesus calls us to reflect on our actions as a distinctive ethic that marks us taking him seriously. We should hear Jesus asking his disciples, what is it that you want more than others? And by the way, we're not responsible for our adherence to the golden rule after having the effect we always hope for. Often, it will be keeping that the rule is not so that we can get credit for changing the world, but so that we can keep our faith in Jesus Christ alive, who calls us to follow him. Someone recently asked, all the facts I can gather and all the feelings I have tell me this work of being ethically and morally responsible is just impossible. No one can achieve that. There's no success in it. There's no gratification. The tide keeps rolling over you. Why do you do it? The answer others just don't understand is, just because a thing seems impossible doesn't mean you shouldn't undertake it. If you look at Google on the internet and you look up golden rule, you'll come up with this whole raft of things that call it an ethic of reciprocity. But is that what Jesus really meant? You see, that's just another variation. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Even monkeys do that to each other. They groom with one another back and forth. In the context of the larger body of Jesus' teaching, the golden rule clearly means more. Remember, Jesus is the one who taught his disciples to turn the other cheek when someone strikes them. Who taught them when a Roman soldier asked you to carry his load for a mile, carry it for 2. This is not reciprocity. It's something else altogether. Henry Nouwen, he's a revered theologian of our lifetime, offers this thought for us to ponder. The golden rule doesn't work when we expect the person to turn around and do the same thing right back to us. To truly live the golden rule is to do what we would have others to do to us without expectation. As you would have them do unto you doesn't mean that it's going to actually happen. As long as I keep asking, do you love me? Do you really love me? I give the power to the voices of the world, and I put myself in bondage because the world is filled with ifs. The world says, yes, I love you, if you're good looking, if you're intelligent, if you're wealthy. The world says, I love you if you have a good education, if you have a good job, if you have good connections. I love you if you produce, if you sell, if you buy much. There are endless ifs in our world, and they're hidden in the world's love. And these ifs enslave us, and it's impossible to respond adequately to all of them. The world's love is and always will be conditional. As long as I keep looking for my true self in the world of conditional love, I will remain hooked by the world. Trying, failing, trying again. It is a world that fosters addiction because of what it offers cannot satisfy that deep craving that we have in our hearts. You see, only Christ can satisfy with that kind of an offer, with that kind of love. And that's a truth we can live by. And all the children say, Amen.
my little self that I didn't handle that the right way when I was. That was one of the very first things I learned as a kid. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And man, I'd use it like a shield. My sisters would come at me to hit me, and I'd be do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And Mom would hear that, and man, she'd come running. But I probably should have loved them. I should have just hugged them or let them hit me or whatever. I don't know. I handled it the wrong way. I was like a little Pharisee. You're doing this wrong.
Another friend who was a Pharisee.
A little Pharisee? Yeah, I was a little Pharisee. So, this is Amazing Grace. Come on, everybody stand up. Woo!
Not that part. This is the day you can take the golden rule and go out and put it into action. Remember, there's lots of things in our world that turn it around and make it negative. Only Jesus in your life makes it positive. Go out and show that to the world. And all the children say, Amen.